Some EQ jobs call for the character and tone of a vintage EQ, while others require surgical EQ as well as superior sonics. The Cambridge EQ is UA's most surgical and versatile equalizer plugin. This must-have EQ plugin combines modern digital-only features with a stellar analog-sounding algorithm that sets it apart from other digital EQ plugins. So whether you're using the Cambridge EQ to fix problems or you just like its analog tone, this is one plugin you'll want to have close at hand. The Cambridge EQ features 5 overlapping bands of EQ, switchable between parametric and shelving types, as well as a comprehensive high and low pass filter set. Its graphical EQ response curve lets you see and hear the Cambridge EQ as you shape and sculpt your tracks. Each parametric EQ band is switchable into 3 different modes for the ultimate in bandwidth flexibility. From a gentle warm boost to pinpoint precision, the Cambridge EQ delivers with trademark UA quality. Other features include a zoom control and A/B switching to get great results fast. Now I'm going to demonstrate the Cambridge EQ on a few tracks from this multi-track session, starting with the drum kit, since drums are a great way to show off an EQ. Of course, I might get a little extreme with the settings so you can really hear the EQ working. Starting with the parametric bands, you can see I can either grab the knob to adjust the value, or grab the bat, as we call it, to adjust the frequency and amplitude. Once I find the frequency I want to work with, I'll adjust the bandwidth, or Q. I can also adjust the Q with the bats. I just hold down the control key while clicking on the bat and moving the mouse up and down. You can see that the Cambridge allows for very sharp or broad bandwidth settings. Speaking of bandwidth, I can adjust how this control behaves with the parametric type selector. In type 1, the Q maintains its value while boosting and cutting. This is useful when you want to do more precise EQing. Type 2 maintains the Q value when cutting, but when boosting, the Q value starts out at a lower, more gentle value, then gets sharper as you boost more. This mode is good for when you want more surgical cuts, but want a smoother, more analog behavior when boosting. Type 3 applies this behavior during cutting and boosting, giving the Cambridge EQ console-type analog behavior and sound. Each EQ band can also be a shelving EQ. There are 3 different types of shelf EQ: A, B, and C, and the Q affects these as well. The difference is most noticeable when the Q is on its highest setting. In Type A, you get what we call a reciprocal cut, and this is handy when creating a large bass boost like the one I have here. It clears out some of the low-mid frequencies near the corner frequency. In Type B mode, you get a reciprocal boost, which is good for really boosting the frequencies right at the corner frequency, while still adding some boost for the frequencies below it. In Type C, you get both reciprocal boost and cut, which really accentuates the shelf's corner frequency. If you're doing small boosts and cuts of 2 or 3 dB, like a mastering job for example, it's a bit difficult to see what you're doing at this default resolution, so you can click on the zoom button and zoom into plus and minus 10 or plus and minus 5 and really see what you're doing. The Cambridge EQ offers very extensive high and low pass filters as well, 17 different ones in fact. Each set trades off phase distortion for their ability to roll off frequencies. The steeper a slope is, and the sharper its corner, the more phase distortion you'll get. So the Bessel 2, for example, is known for its gentle phase properties, but it doesn't roll off too steeply. The Butterworth filters are known for their good balance of phase distortion and roll-off. Finally, the elliptical filter has no concern for phase distortion. It just rolls off the frequencies as much as possible. But now let's dial in the sound for the drum kit. I'm looking to just punch up some of the fundamentals of the drums, like the kick and snare, and add a little more sizzle to the cymbals. I also don't want the low frequencies to get out of control, so I'm going to start with an 18 dB per octave high-pass filter at 30 Hz. Now I'll do a low shelf boost at 120 Hz to get the kick drum to boom a bit more. It's sounding a bit muddy, so I'll clear out a little low mid at 400 Hz with a parametric EQ band with a medium Q. To get the snare to pop out a little bit more, I'm going to give a gentle boost at 1.85 kHz. And to brighten up the cymbals a bit, I'll give a gentle boost with a very broad shelf at 4.6 kHz. If I want to tweak these settings a little bit more and compare them to my old settings, I can use the A-B switch. Simply hold down the Shift key as I click B, and this copies the settings of A into bank B. Now we can edit the settings further, then A-B them. On the acoustic guitars, the artist and producer were looking for an acoustic guitar sound that would not only stick out of the mix, but would also be unique. The guitar was recorded with two mics. One track got a gentle mid-range and high-frequency boost. The other track was treated more radically, with a large cut in the lows, broad boost in the low mid-range at 400 Hz, and a couple small cuts to some resonant points in the mid-range and upper mid-range bands. An EQ across both acoustic guitars rolled off low frequencies and reinforced the mid-range, and added a bit of high frequencies. As part of Universal Audio's award-winning UAD-powered plugin family, the Cambridge EQ runs on the Mac and Windows-compatible UAD-2 DSP accelerator platform, available from Universal Audio dealers worldwide. This VST, audio units, and RTAS-compatible plugin runs in a fully functioning demo mode on the UAD hardware for 14 days, during which it can be purchased directly from the UA Online store. When you need surgical precision, ease of use, and rich analog sound, the Cambridge EQ has you covered, only on the UAD-2, only from Universal Audio.